Welcome to day one of the Camino de Santiago. I've just left Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port and in the countryside. Unfortunately, the route which goes up over the tops is closed until April the 1st for safety reasons. So there is another route which follows the valley through to Roncesvalles, which is where I'm staying this evening. I think it's about 16 miles, so I'm about 1 mile in. It was quite an early morning this morning. I think I woke up at 5:30. I think just the anticipation of getting out here. And actually so far, just seeing, I don't know, 6 or 7 people making the way on their own, no groups thus far. But it's dry, looks as though the sun might come through. So hopefully, at least it'll be a good introduction and first day's walking. So about halfway on day one now. The detour, which should have taken me up over those mountains, is actually the long winding road. Pretty much all of it has been on the road, which isn't ideal for walking, but it's enabled me to have a couple of cup of tea stops and breaks. But yeah, it's just hard on the feet on tarmac. Unfortunately, the main path isn't open, as I mentioned, until April 1st. And if you do it and you risk it and anything happens, all the local mountain support charge you versus obviously normal help on what would be a 999 service. So anyway, yes, there's a long road there and a long road there. And so day one is complete. About 16 miles in just about 5.5 hours. 2 p.m. and I'm ready to check in, have a beer and some food. Good evening from Roncesvalles. So really good day today, hard day. Lots, I reckon about 10 miles of incline road walking, which was really tough on the feet actually. And then a really steep climb after that for about 4 miles, 5 miles in like a really hazy rain. So I think I finished at about 1:30. Got to the hotel, a couple of beers, and then, although having said that, boots straight off and into flip-flops. I think preserve the feet as much as possible, because I think the tarmac gave them a bit of a pounding, but it was nice to be able to get air to my feet. Have a nap, had a 2-hour nap just to recharge a little bit. And then had dinner and just got back to bed. I think it's about 8:30, so it's an early night tonight. But all in all, a good day, but a long slog. You know, it's the hardest climb of the whole Camino. It would have been interesting to do the main route, which goes up to 1,500 meters. I think we touched 1,000 meters today from the bottom, which was, I think, at 200 meters. But otherwise, yeah, really nice. Didn't see many people, probably past about 12 people. I think the hardest thing for me is because I've been training quick, about 4 miles an hour with weighted vests on the treadmill. For me to walk slower is quite tough. And a lot of the people that I've been speaking to haven't trained, they're not in walking boots, just turn up, wear trainers and go for it. So I think for me, that's quite difficult to be able to slow down in a way, despite obviously the inclines. Tomorrow is pretty much all downhill with a couple of small inclines, but I think it's a much shorter. I think it's about 13.5 miles tomorrow, so I expect to probably do that 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, looking forward to firstly a good night's sleep, but the second day on the Camino.